Okay, today on the bench we've got a Mr. Robot. It's actually been on the bench for about 3 days. It was a big job. Basically, I took some pictures, and I think we're going to have to start with the little slideshow pictures. So let's aim ourselves towards the computer. All right. What you're looking at there is the bottom plate, the base plate of the robot on the inside. As you can see, a lot of rust buildup and corrosion. This wheel over here, in fact, was rusted to the shaft and wouldn't turn. This is a bump and go mechanism, so obviously if that wheel was stuck, it would just do a pivot in circles. It wouldn't bump and go very well. This is a right angle drive for the lit brain spinner up in the head. Motors right here. This is the positive lead, and the metal frame should be the negative lead. A lot of corrosion there, as you can see. So let's go on to the next picture. This is you can see the very little wear in the gear, so I'm guessing that the battery leakage, which is what we're getting to, that causes damage, must have happened very early on in this robot's life. The battery box would have been here. As you can see, this is where the main battery leakage happened. This is the on-off switches, which is on the back of the robot, and of course it was all pretty much destroyed, so I had to take that out and rebuild all the switch guts. It's the back of the robot. Okay, here's some of the battery box, and this side over here is the one that was eaten away the worst. This fiberboard is flaking and falling apart. I started by cleaning the contacts and thinking I'd try to salvage this whole thing, but the more I handled it and looked at it, the more it disintegrated, and I went, yeah, I'm not going to be saving that, because I was going to solder on a support piece to come around here and reinforce that, but everything just kept dropping apart and falling off. So I gave up on that idea and ended up taking a battery box from a repro Chief Robot Man and modifying it. I had to drill out these rivets. This head mount part, this goes up in the head. You can see how that bent crank would have been contacted by the bent crank down in the lower section. To spin all this, there's a commutator here and a brush to supply the positive to the bulb, and then the bulb gets its ground through the frame. And I think that's pretty much the end of the pictures showing the ugliness. So let's pull back, see if we can't focus back in on the robot. There we go. This tripod's kind of wonky. It makes everything lean in funny ways. Okay. So basically, what I ended up doing, I haven't got any fingernails. It's hard to grab hold of the batteries. Like I say, I ended up taking the battery box from one of the reproduction Chief Robot Men and modifying it to fit the cutout and to mount that other piece in and all that good stuff. So it doesn't look too bad. Here's the switch that got repaired so that it works. Let's put some batteries back in there. And it is marked on and off, as you can see. There's your spinning light effect, and of course here's your bump and go. Can't really bump and go too far up here. I think you get the idea. It's good to see these working again. There's various different styles and various different colors, and there were even a couple of different name changes on these. And in fact, some of them, instead of using that, I'm going to take you back to that picture showing you this bent drive here that interfaces with that upper one so that they hit like that and it transfers it. Some of the ones actually use a flexi shaft between the two, like in the Alps TV robots, but they're a little bit harder to take apart and put back together. Now if you ever do have to take one of these apart, you need to come in from the bottom. Basically you've got metal tabs here and here, and then you have to bend this whole piece out. Then you can lift the side pieces off. Then you've got tabs here, 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 and here. Straighten those, and in some cases, if it's the one like this with a flexi drive, then you can pull the whole base piece off, and there'll only be a positive wire going down to the motor. Some of them, if you have like the flexi shaft, you're going to need to take more of the body apart first. So once this is off, you'll find some little tabs like this in here, 2 of them here, and then you've got these you straighten and remove, and you got the ones on the shoulders that you straighten and remove. You do that, and you can generally take the front off at that point. These holes here are for bending the head tabs when you put it together, if you put it that way. But the way this one was built, I could remove the bottom, then I could reach in from the inside to straighten all the head tabs and all of that, release the front, and I could get inside to repair everything. So there you have your Mr. Robot, and I really didn't think I was going to get it looking and working as good as it is, because that was so much corrosion and rust and eaten away from the battery leakage that I was able to get that other battery box to fit in there with quite a bit of modification. I had to modify the tabs and the sides too, where it is held onto the body, and I didn't show that in the pictures, unfortunately, but I think that's about it.